Okay, it's really wonderful having you guys here tonight. And can you tell us a little bit how you got involved with Oorah?
Okay, well, I was asked to speak, and I'm very nervous.
Don't be nervous.
So I wrote everything down.
You
We're
can read it.
more nervous also.
Yeah, you don't want to make us nervous.
I won't make you nervous.
No. Move the mic closer to her. That's it. Look into the microphone.
Okay, if you don't mind, I prefer to read.
Sure,
I'm going to say,
sure.
I was approached by Oorah to be part of the radiothon. My first reaction was no, not me. Who will listen? I'm just a regular person. Speaking with Connie Miller and my learning partner, it gave me the extra strength I needed to do it. I was told that I would be asked questions about Oorah. I really don't know where to begin on how Oorah has affected my life, my husband's life, and my kids' life. I can only hope I will do justice to the organization. I will start now on how Oorah was introduced to me. A representative from the Yeshiva High School that I so wanted my daughter to attend told me to contact Oorah for tuition assistance. Look, I know I'm not alone with financial situation, being as it is, so I swallowed my pride and I called Oorah. I was so embarrassed to reach out for assistance, but for my daughter's future, you know, a mother would do anything for their children. So I filled out paperwork, wrote a letter about my family, and hoped for the best. One day I had a call from Rabbi Weinstein wanting to come over and meet me and my husband. I was nervous, anxious. Would I look the right way, say the right thing? Are we being judged? You know, all the things that can run through your mind. Well, a very kind, warm rabbi came into my home, sat down with me and my husband, and began to learn about my family's return to our roots, the struggle of becoming observant, all outside influences, our extended family opposition, and the beginning of learning. Growing up, the only time a rabbi would come to your house would be when something was wrong. Also, going to Hebrew school, the threat for doing something wrong or acting up was always going to the rabbi's office. Here I was, having a rabbi come into my home to what I thought was to check it out and judge me. Boy, was I wrong. Rabbi Weinstein was just the first step to a wonderful relationship. He immediately took us in like family and only wanted the best for everyone. No judgment at all, just welcomes and how can we all learn and strengthen and grow together. One of the pamphlets Rabbi Weinstein offered had a generic question printed all over it. Want to learn more about kosher? Want to know more? Want to know where you go when you die? Well, that introduced us to Oorah's learning partners. I was paired up with a wonderful woman who I've been learning with for 3 years. We speak on the phone weekly, and I look forward to every moment. At first we spoke about specific topics. Our conversations led from one topic to another. I cannot stress enough the close bond that has developed. The entire house knows when the phone rings, I must have quiet and no interruptions. I can ask my teacher anything. There are no pretenses. I am never afraid to ask anything. At no time has anyone ever made me feel embarrassed about a question, no matter what learning level I was on. They will answer you with the utmost respect without ever judging you on your background. My husband also was introduced to a learning partner. He is a constant in my husband's life. They started with the Hebrew language, went into the holidays, and he has been strength to him during difficult times over the past years. My daughter was also introduced to a high school girl who would help her with any schoolwork when needed. There was someone for everyone. I'd also like to mention how one day before Sukkot I came home to a wonderful surprise. In our yard was a brand new large sukkah to enjoy. I remember when my husband came home from work, I called him over to take a look. He couldn't believe his eyes. Who? Don't tell me you did that yourself. No, it was Oorah. Yet again, another way to touch our lives. Which brings me to the wonderful boxes that we, along with many others, I am sure, receive for the holidays. The matzah is always on our table for Passover, along with the chocolate and other goodies for Passover. The Hanukkah in a box is always used. The candles, the gifts. I remember being so excited to set up the clock radio. The pennies for playing dreidel, and of course the dreidels. We sat in the living room this year playing and laughing. And how can I forget all the instructions included in the boxes? on how to celebrate, and a very friendly user guideline to the holiday. All the meaning of the holidays, step by step, directions on how to keep up the traditions and how to carry out all the mitzvahs. Also, everything is in English, very user-friendly. I must also add that Oorah is there for the good times and the bad times. They are a wonderful group. Oorah is there to help you learn, celebrate, comfort, answer questions, and take pride, and teach us how to take pride in who we are and where we came from. They are teachers of pride, knowledge, understandings, and the future of our people. I cannot thank them enough and only look forward to sharing wonderful times and milestones together. And that's our story.
Adrian, thank you so much. You read that beautifully.
Thank you.
And we want to welcome the whole Friedman family here. We have Richard here, Joe Ellen, and Darren here as well, and it's really our pleasure having you guys here. If somebody's still listening that's embarrassed to make the phone call to Oorah, or they're afraid to have a rabbi come to their house, can you just give them a little bit of some advice?
I would just tell them, be yourself, open the door, someone wonderful will walk in, they will welcome you into their family, and the whole world will be out there for you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank
Richard,
you.
you want to say anything? Because you're sitting there, I know you're being a big support to your wife and to your family, and that's very important. As a man, can you tell us how important it is for a family to have a spiritual aspect to their lives?
Well, one of the things that Adrian mentioned before was how important the people that we deal with, whether it's the woman that she deals with or one of the rabbi that I deal with on a weekly basis. It's very important for both of us. It's also important to our children and family to see how much they help both of us, how much we learn, how much we can share.
Right.
It's very, very important. And it's been wonderful. They've always been there. Like, again, as Adrian mentioned, in good times and bad times. Every Sunday, in my case, the phone rings. There's never a Sunday at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. I know the phone's going to ring, and it's going to be the rabbi calling me. It's beautiful. And,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, that's how Oorah does. They follow up. They make
Absolutely.
sure that you have everything you need, and we wish you all a lot of luck in the future, and thank you for coming here tonight and joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Congratulations on your, I think,